Well, there could be a big announcement today about wearing masks outdoors.
Yeah, probably come this afternoon. President Biden is expected to announce the CDC's new guidance on mask wearing.
So Dr. Mike is joining us now. We don't officially know what it's going to be, but everyone's saying they're going to loosen up the mask rules. Do you agree that this should be done?
Oh, I do. And I think this is going to really emphasize the fact that if you are fully vaccinated, it's going to open up all kinds of possibilities to getting back to normal. That's part of this. The other fact of the matter is outdoors, your risk is significantly lower in transmitting and getting contact with COVID-19 compared to being indoors.
Yeah, we'll see what he has to say. This was expected on March 15th, so they've taken an extra month to put it together.
Yeah, but the interesting thing here, though, is I thought the reason why vaccinated folks still had to have masks was because of the other people, but I guess it's because it's been proven that you can't spread it.
Well, I think that we want to emphasize the importance of getting vaccinated. The reason when you're in public places, the guidelines so far are saying, look, wear a mask, is because there are unvaccinated people in the vicinity. So everyone, as Michael, you just said, everyone needs to get out, get their vaccine so we can move on with our lives.
So it's more like an incentive for people.
You bet.
Okay.
Because we're never going to get back to normal unless the entire world is vaccinated, not just the United States. And man, are they having trouble over in India. Astronomical numbers of people dying every day. So to help them and other countries, President Biden said yesterday, we got about 60 million doses of AstraZeneca sitting around here in the United States, so let's ship it abroad. That's a good plan, right? Help other people out.
You better believe it. One, I think we have ample supplies of our vaccines here in the U.S. In fact, there's more spaces now than people showing up to get their shots. So I think we're in a good place here. It's the moral and right thing to do to get these vaccines out into the world, especially India. When you see those reports, it's cataclysmic. We've got to help them. Finally, the only way we're really going to get back to really being in a normal situation is for the whole planet to be in a better place, not just certain areas of the planet like the US. We need to get the entire world back on its feet.
Yep. Let's talk about summer camp, because CDC is also releasing guidance for summer camp. What are some of the new guidelines?
Basically, the bottom line is they want everyone, believe it or not, to wear masks. That may change because remember, kids are not vaccinated if they're under the age of 16. So they're still at risk. But the emphasis is outdoors. Try to do everything outdoors. One of the things that I love about these new guidelines, when you're sleeping, the kid should be head to toe. So nobody should be in cots with their heads at the same part of the bed. They have to do head to toe. Make sure that those masks stay on those kids unless they're eating, napping, taking a sip of water. And if they do that, then I think they're going to be safe. Remember that it's so important for our kids to get back to some sense of normal life because of the psychological and profound effects that this pandemic has had on them.
I can't wait for 35 years from now when we look back and all the things we did wrong and all the things we did right, because it's going to take for a long time to research all this. Because just as we're all talking here, yesterday, you know, MIT, there's some pretty smart people up at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. They did a study, and they say, well, this whole 6 feet apart indoors almost does nothing to stop COVID-19.
Well, this has been the debate, Michael, since the beginning. Is the virus capable of spreading further than 6 feet or 3 feet? It's not like you have a force field. If I'm next to you, Michael, which I'd love to be, I love to hang with you, all right? But if we're 6 feet apart and you're speaking loudly, or I am, the virus, according to many experts, gets aerosolized. And their point at MIT in this study is that if you speak loudly and you're in a situation like an enclosed area with poor ventilation, it's going to spread everywhere. Everyone's at risk, even if you're in the corner in the room. So what they're saying is open the windows, better ventilation. Look at what happened with the classroom, with the school. I think that is a point where we need to emphasize the fact that this virus is aerosolized and not just spread through droplets when you cough.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
I got you. Oh, thank you, Dr. Mike.
Thank you.
Love you.
See you later this week, I'm sure.
I
Yeah.
love you.
All right, 6:52.